First time in a year that I'm drinking coffee and cheer.
You're live.
No, it's not live. He's standing. He's not in the frame.
Shman. All right. Good morning. Today's Daf Ayin Hey Amud Aleph. We're holding the top line. So we were discussing yesterday. An animal typically is not mekabel tuma, but we had a shita that said that a ben pekua, a live ben pekua, could be mekabel tuma. Mantana over ben nohar huchshar.
Therefore, they didn't become tummy.
Therefore,
They didn't become tummy because it was dry. It's a dry shita.
well, that was something. Yeah, but we're going into the shita, whether you need a hechsher tuma, could it be mekabel tuma or not? Mantana over ben nohar huchshar. If this ben pekua went through a river, every piece of meat, every fruit needs hechsher tuma, needs water, liquid, to make it susceptible to tuma. So if the ben pekua walked through the river, it's now susceptible to tuma, even though it's alive. And therefore, if it goes to the graveyard, it becomes tamei. Who's the author of this? It's Rabbi Yisrael Glili, the Sanyo. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar Omer Mishum Rabbi Yisrael Glili. A ben pekua is mitame tumas achlin b'tzarech hechsher. Amazing halacha. This is the shita of Rabbi Yisrael Glili, that even though this animal is alive and well, you have a situation where it's mekabel tuma. You hear? So if somebody to ask you the question again, the riddle, the famous riddle. How is it possible that a live animal is mekabel tuma? So answer number one we had until now, for the last year, we only had one answer for the whole year. If it's a goylo for a caver, it's a cover of a arain, then it's mekabel tuma, the animal. And here's answer number two. According to Rabbi Yisrael Glili, if it's a ben pekua, it's alive, it's mekabel tuma. Why? Because it's like the aver of the animal. Just an organ, even though it's alive, is mekabel tuma.
The animal's not mekabel tuma.
No, Rabbi Yisrael says the animal itself, the whole animal is mekabel tuma. You go into the river, and that's the hechsher tuma. It gets wet by going into the river, and it's alive. That's one sheet. Rabbi Yisrael. The Chacham argue, there's no such thing as a live animal that is mekabel tuma, even if it's a ben pekua. And therefore it can't be mekabel tuma. Says the Gemara, and Rabbi Yochanan goes according to his shita, Ayin and Rashi, if you want a longer explanation. The Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Yisrael Glili Beishamai Omru Dover Echad. Rabbi Yochanan says, Rabbi Yisrael Glili and Beishamai say the same thing. What does Beishamai say? Rabbi Yisrael Glili Hadam Aro. Rabbi Yisrael Glili says that a ben pekua is susceptible to tumah even though it's alive and well. A case where an animal is like a human being, that it could become tamei, the whole animal. Beishamai Disnan Dogi Meimos Mekabel Tuma. When is a fish susceptible to tuma? Three-way machlokes. Beishamai Yomrim Mishi Yotzaidu. As soon as you take it out of the water, it's susceptible to tuma. Why? Because a fish doesn't need shchita. So it's as if it's dead. Once you take it out of the water, it's dead. And memela, even though it's alive, it's like it's dead, and it's mekabel tuma.
Even if you would have put it in a bucket to keep it alive?
Then it's not in the water. What do you mean?
In water.
You took it out of the water and you put it in a bucket?
Yeah, just to keep it alive until you get back to shore. Say.
Yeah, okay. So then it's back in the water. But here's the next shita. You need complete death. Then it's mekabel tuma. Rabbi Kiva Omer, from the point where they can't live anymore, meaning if there's the size of a sela between its fins, that's dry, that means it's not going to be able to live anymore. My binayu. So according to Rashi, it means, what's the difference between Rabbi Kiva and Beis Hillel? Beis Hillel says they have to die. Rabbi Kiva says that they can't live. Where's the difference? Omer Rabbi Yochanan dag mikarteya ike binayu. A fish that's flapping around, it's meparper in Hebrew. So according to Beis Hillel, it's not susceptible to tumah because it's not dead yet. And according to Rabbi Kiva, this is dead. If you look in Tosfos, Tosfos has a different pshat. Tosfos says, Tosfos asks a question. the Gemara said what the difference is. The Gemara says according to Beis Hillel it has to be dead, and according to Rebbe Akiva, when they can't live anymore, but they don't have to be dead. So what did you add by saying mikarteya? So Tosfos says an upshat. What's the difference between Beis Shammai and Rebbe Akiva? And he says, look at where the line is wide. Pirush shekoifetz umedalig b'choizik. Mikarteya means not that it's flipping around, but it's very strong and it jumps very strongly. The Beis Shammai tamei, well Rebbe Akiva tahar. According to Rebbe Akiva, it's kivin nimzorke b'mayim yochal lichios. That's basically what you were asking. What if you throw him back in the water? Yes, it's still considered. It's still considered. It's still considered alive because it will live afterwards. The only question I have on this Tosfos, if somebody has a good answer, please tell me. I don't understand what Tosfos gained by saying that it's the question is what's the difference between Beis Shammai and Rebbe Akiva? That the Gemara also explains what the difference is. So what did Tosfos gain by saying that? I have no idea. Okay, boy Rav Chizda. Could be I Pasha didn't learn pshat. Anybody has simple pshat? It's not a big deal. All right. Boy Rav Chizda, noldu bedogim simone treifim mao. Beautiful question. You have a fish that has a hole in its intestines. So a hole in intestines, we said, is a treifa, meaning this fish is not going to live more than 30 days, more than 12 months, whatever the shear is. Is it considered dead? B'negeh to tumah? Is this fish now susceptible to tumah? Because you don't need to do shchita, and it's going to die, so maybe it's dead already, halachically it's dead, and memela, it's mekabel tumah. What do you mean what's the havim? It's dead. Just like we said before, that's mekabel tumah just by taking it out of the water. We said, there's a shita that says, taking it out of the water, even though it's completely alive, it's flapping around, it's mekabel tumah, because halachically it's dead. You could eat it right now. You can take a bite right out of it. There's no ever minachai. It doesn't require shchita, and it's out of its water, dead. So let's see a little bit. The Gemara might explain more for you. This question is, even according to the Mandam, it says that a treifa will live. It's not a problem. Or a treifa doesn't live. What's the question? The Gemara always understands that an animal has more life. It's not as delicate as a fish. A fish, as soon as you take it out of the water, it dies. Well, a minute later, and an animal you put in the water also dies. But the Gemara understands that a fish's life is more sensitive. It leaves it quicker. So, even if you hold that a treifa could live, that's because we're talking about animals, large animals. They have life. But a fish that doesn't have so much life, maybe it's not considered alive, and therefore what? If it's not alive, it's mekabel tumah. If it's dead, it's mekabel tumah. Or dilma afilu l'mandoma treifa enachaya. Maybe even according to the mandama it says that a treifa doesn't live, so we would say by a fish it's not mekabel tumah. Why? Hanamili behema yesh b'mina shchita. The whole concept of treifa, not treifa, is by an animal that you have shchita, and if it's a treifa, it's not going to live. Avadogim de'im b'minam shchita loy. Maybe the whole concept of treifa doesn't exist by a fish where there's no shchita. Shchita and treifa go hand in hand. You can't put a halach of treifa on something that doesn't have shchita to it. Teiku. Yeah. There's once I forgot who it was. There's a guy that walked over to Reb Shteiman and he said, I'm Eliyahu Hanavi. He says, "Oh, I was waiting for you since 3rd grade." Like in Bava Metzia, like the first page, like Chatzi Kav Bedal, something like that. So every time I say Teiku, like what's the first thing you're going to ask Eliyahu Hanavi when he comes? Which Teiku are you going to ask? I don't know if this is the one though. Teiku. Hetilo Neifel. So you have an animal that didn't come to full term. The pregnancy didn't come to full term. And there's a stillborn animal. Chaylev of an animal is much different than the animal itself. Chaylev is a chiyuv kares. Nevela is not a chiyuv kares. So now we have a question. You have the chaylev, the fat of this stillborn, Does it have a halacha like the rest of the animal, or it's still chaylev? Do we view it as chaylev? Even though it didn't come to full term, it was a stillborn? Or no, it's just like a stillborn, the rest is stillborn, and the rest of the stillborn is an avela. You get chorus on this. This is the real deal. It's the real chaylev. It's mutter, in other words, it's not a problem. At the end of the day, this stillborn was born. It came out into the ear, so once it comes out into the ear, even though it's dead, it saw the light of day, and Memela, the chaylev has the halach of chorus. Chadoshim, and you have to stick in the word here, Rashi says, Chadoshim nami garmi. It's a combination of seeing the light of day and coming to full term. And since this stillborn didn't come full term, it's not chaylev. Igad amri, kol heichad eloi kol eloi chadoshav loi klumu. Some say no. If it didn't come to full term, everybody agrees that it's not chaylev. Crazy case. Guy stuck his hand into an animal. He took the chaylev out of the fetus inside its mother. So now that guy, the guy's trying to do all the yisurim, right? He's trying to figure out how he could get away with stuff. So this guy, what happened there? This chaylev never saw the daylight. You have a situation where you have one out of the two things. You have the light of day. What did I say? Daylight. Yeah, it's that time of the day. More coffee. Hold on. Yeah, light of day. Shkoyach. This animal never saw the light of day, and yet you took the chaylev out. But the chaylev is a 9-month-old chaylev. It's a full-term chaylev. Full-term chaylev. Yeah? So you have, on one hand it's full-term, on the other hand it wasn't born. So what's the halacha? And there you have machloikas. The hoishi yodel mei behema, he stuck his hand into the animal's stomach, v'tolash chaylev shel ben tisha chai, mamash rasha. He took the chaylev out of a fetus. This fetus obviously is not going to survive very long. He ate it. Yeah. Rebbe Yochanan says this is real chaylev and yechayev kares. This rush is going to get punished. Why? Chadoshim garmi. Because at the end of the day, it's a full-term baby. I don't care that they didn't see the night of the day. Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish Omar, Chelboy chaylev chaya. No, it's not considered chaylev. Chadoshim v'avir garmi. You need both. You need full term, and you need to see the light of day. So Rabbi Yochanan asked the kasha. It says, it's a whole long Torah's Kahanim here. Basically, there's two psukim. One is by Shlamim, one is by Asham, regarding the chaylev of a fetus. Can you put it on the Mizbeach or not? So, Torah's Kahanim says, Ma chaylev ushtei kloyes hamuris ba'asham. Mutza miklal shalil.
The question is if you could or if you should.
No, you could. It's not something you could be makriv. It's not chaylev. What are you putting it on the mizbeach for? It's not something you can be makriv. You can't just be makriv the lung of the.
No, I'm saying that the question is if you could or if you should.
I think if you could. Could you put it on there? You're ready your yoitza, your asham by putting on its chaylev. Now the question is, could you add? Now, what does it say over there by you guys? It's not so b'mavur.
I think it's both. I think it's also if you should.
Okay, it's one and the same maybe. Now, asham, Rabbi say asham is a male. A male usually doesn't give birth. Can't get pregnant.
Usually, age generation.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be a riot from here to certain things, but. It can't. So then why does the Torah say it? It says the Gemara, and the Asham you can learn from Shlamim. Bekitzer, at the end of the day we have an extra pasuk here. So the Gemara said, the Torah says, you can't bring it on the Mizbeach. Afkal mutza miklal shalil. So any other time that you have a fetus that has chaylev, you can't put it on the Mizbeach. Now, says Rabbi Yochanan to Rav Shlakish, Bishloim l'didi, that I say that it's considered a real animal. Hainu ditzur kro lemute. It makes sense since this uber, this fetus, is considered a real animal. So I would think I could put on the mizbeach, or I should put on the mizbeach. So that's why I need a special pasuk say, don't put this on the mizbeach. It's different. Why do you need a pasuk? Omar lei. So Rish Lakish tells Rabbi Yochanan, time of the din nami mehacha. A few times you have this in Shas. Hagufa. How do you think I got my secret? How do you think I figured this out? That this animal is not considered an animal, and its chaylev is not chaylev? From this Torah's kehanim. This is exactly why I got it. From the fact that the Torah says, don't put it on the mizbeach, I learned from this that it's not chaylev. Because if it was chaylev, you should put it on the mizbeach. Yeah? So far, so good? Because now we're going to go exact reverse. Vikid Amri, and some people say it was the exact opposite. Rish Lakish is the one that asked Rabbi Yochanan, if the pasuk comes and says by Asham that you can't put on the mizbeach the chaylev from a fetus, I've called mutzim miklal shal. Not only by Asham, all korbanos you can't put the chaylev on the mizbeach. According to me, mishum hachim miate, to teach me, the Torah came to teach me that it's not part of the korban. It's not considered a real animal. It's not considered real chaylev. How come, according to you, if it's a real animal, why in the world did the Torah say you shouldn't do it? You shouldn't put it on the mizbeach. You should be able to put it on the mizbeach. It's like a reverse kind of kasha. It's a question on the Torah, so to speak. Why did the Torah say? It doesn't make any sense that the Torah should say it's also for you to put the chaylev of the fetus on the mizbeach. If the fetus is a real animal, according to you, so every real animal you put the chaylev on the mizbeach. Why is this different? Omalei, no. Sometimes you find such a thing. Midi dahava mechusar zman. If an animal is less than 8 days old, even though it's an animal for all halachas. It looks like an animal, walks like an animal, it runs as fast as its mother. The whole thing. You can't bring it as a korban. So over here also, even though this chaylev looks like chaylev, and it originated from a real animal, Torah says you can't put it on the mizbeach. Why? I don't know why. Just like in Mechus Zman, I don't know the reason. So too, this chaylev I can't put it on. What? It is a real animal. Why not? Watch those shows. Those animals, an hour after they're born, they run just as quick as their mother. Correction, 5 minutes. He's been to the safari 10 times. I'm going to be showing him 5 minutes. Runs as quick as its mother. Can you believe that? Crazy thing. Omer Rabami, this is what Avi asked last night. You shech the ben pekua, you shech the mother, and there's a ben pekua inside the mother. The mother is a treifa. Do the halachas of treifa transfer to the baby? You're saying the baby's like the mother. It's part of the mother. It is the mother. It's another organ of the mother. So just like the heart of the mother is a treifa, so this fetus inside the mother is a treifa. Right? That was the question. Answer is not as simple as we thought. L'divrei oiser matir. L'divrei matir oiser. Nice. Very simple. According to Reb Meir, who says that a full-term fetus is not a ben pekua, he oisers it. In other words, he says you need to do shchita. You need to do shchita. It's an independent animal. So the treifa of the mother has no connection to the baby. It's ke'ilu, it's born. And just like any other cow in the world, that its mother's a treifa, has no effect on the baby. So here also, you're allowed to eat this baby. It's not a treifa. The divrei matir, but according to the mandama that says that you don't have to shech the full-term fetus, this is considered a ben pekua for everything. Oiser. So therefore, this ben pekua is like its mother, and since the mother is a treifa, the ben pekua is also a treifa. Yeah? Rava comes up with a chiddush. No. Even if you say that this is a real ben pekua, a full-term baby is a ben pekua, and you don't have to shecht it, the shechita of the mother works for it. There's 2 ways to shecht a ben pekua. You could shecht the mother, and it becomes mutter, or you could shecht, or if that doesn't work because the mother's a treifa, so shecht it itself.
How do you shecht an animal from shecht? You said already
No, but he's asking that there's no simanim anymore. But it could be. What? No, we always say that a ben pekua doesn't have simanim. Maybe because it's a treifa, so it has simanim. Who asked that question?
Me.
You?
Sorry.
Oh, you. Very good question. I don't think he's arguing on the whole concept of Ben Pekua has no simanim. Not everybody agrees on Ben Pekua. Like we'll see, like if the father is a Ben Pekua and the mother is not a Ben Pekua, then there's no. Everybody agrees that there's nothing to do with this. The simanim are gone. Oh, Chaim told me he's not going to be here today. I wanted him here. Okay. What? Omer Rav Chizda. Hashoichet es atreifa u'motzabo ben tishachai. So this continuing with the same shaila. You have a treifa. The mother's a treifa, and there's a ben pekua. That's a full term ben pekua. So on the one hand, we say ton shchita, like Remeir, you need to do shchita on the baby. The shchita of the mother doesn't work because it's full term. V'chai b'zrei v'chayim v'akeva, and you have to give the matanis to the kohanim. V'imeis, and if this fetus dies afterwards, tahar milatame b'maso. So it's tahar. Why? Because the mother, even though it should be an avela, but the mother was shechted, and since the mother was shechted, it goes to the baby and it's mitar the baby. What's the problem? It's a contradiction. On the one hand, you said it needs shchita, that the shchita of the mother doesn't work for it. On the other hand, you're saying that it doesn't become tameh because the mother's shchita did work for it. Omlei Rava ton shchita keman kirameir, v'meis tar milatam masa keman kirabonon. It's a big problem. On the side, I'm sure he says, I didn't look it up, but I'm pretty sure he says Rabba over here because it's impossible to be Rava. So Rabba, yeah, because a second ago we said Rava is the one that said there's 4 simanim. So Mela, as usual, Rava flips into Rabba. So basically, and what are you going to say? The same exact thing. Reb Chia says the same thing. If you found a bentisha, it's a full term, you have to shecht it. However, the mother's shchita did work for it for masa. So what do? Same exact kasha. Why is this less shver? Reb Chia im kfar mutzoy meis kamar. Elidach kasha. In other words, you could say that Reb Chia was talking about the whole case was that he's dead already. But over here, it's talking about that he was born alive and later on he died. So how could it be tar from Tumah? Obviously, it happened because the shchit of the mother worked. I also like Rava, Arba, Simonim, Achshu Berachmana. There's 2 ways to kill this animal, through the mother and by itself. Kisalag Reb Zera went to Yisrael, Ashkecher Reb Asi. So Rashi says that it means that Reb Asi found Reb Zera. The Yosef Kamalala Hashmaita. So we just had Reb Zera saying it. So Reb Zera was saying there's 4 simanim an animal. There's 2 ways to shech this animal, either through the mother or through itself. Omerlei Yishar, I like what you're saying. V'chein Omer Rabbi Yochanan, and Rabbi Yochanan agrees with you. Ask the Gemara, Mechlad the Polygalei Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish. You said only Rabbi Yochanan. What happened to Rish Lakish? Usually they go together. Either Rabbi Yochanan is mechuluk on Rish Lakish is mechuluk on Rabbi Yochanan, or they agree. But it seems like you only said Rabbi Yochanan. What about Rish Lakish? Says the Gemara, Misha habishar v'shasik le. We had the same exact lashon in Shavuos, that it's possible that Reb Shimon, Rish Lakish, always used to wait a little bit for Rabbi Yochanan. If he wanted to argue with Rabbi Yochanan, he would wait for Rabbi Yochanan a little bit and see maybe Rabbi Yochanan would regret it and agree with him. He wouldn't just jump in right away. Or the pshat is that he was drinking water, and at that point Rav Asi walked out and he doesn't even know what Rish Lakish said. So basically he's saying, I don't know what Rish Lakish holds. The reason why I said Rabbi Yochanan says it, because I have no idea. Something happened with Rish Lakish. Either he was drinking water or he was waiting, but I don't know. Maybe he argues, maybe he doesn't. It says in the Mishnah, Reb Shimon Shizur Omer, afilu, even if the animal is 5 years old, this ben pekua, right? You shechted the mother, it had a fetus inside it, and it was born, and the fetus is running around. 5 years later, you walk over to it and you take a bite right out of it. It's no problem. It's a ben pekua. As the Gemara, Hainu Tanakama. Tanakama says that even a full-term baby is a ben pekua. So what's the difference if
We had that today,
what?
where the machshir baby that comes out.
Yeah, ben pekua, sure. We're going to see in a second.
Cousin's farm.
His cousin's farm is Doris. That's the whole. We'll see even more what we have today soon. Hainu Tanakama. So what's the difference? Omer Rav Kahana, Hifris Lagabi Karka Ike Benayu. Says the Gemara that according to Chachamim that say that a full-term baby is a ben pekua, provided that its feet don't touch the ground. If the feet of this ben pekua touch the ground, there's a big problem to the whole farm. If the feet touch the ground, then you have to shecht it midurabanan. It's a gzeira. So people shouldn't get confused. They'll see you eating animals without shchita, they're not going to know. So you say shecht everything. So I guess in the farm they shecht everything anyways. That's a given. You have to shecht everything in Australia farm. It's a big thing. I just saw an article today. They're going crazy on this. What? It's right. You shecht it normally. Just what you gain is that there's no sirchus, there's no treifus, and there's no chaylev, and you can eat the rear. Yeah.
What did you say?
You shecht the animal because anyways, midrabanan you have to shecht the animal so people don't get confused. Just the only thing that you gain is that there's no sirchus, because if it's a real ben pekua.
So you saw something.
Oh, somebody sent me an article today, a very long article but the article was written when Rabbi was still the rabbi in Australia, but Rabbi's gone from there. They say that the article that I read is that he made a mistake. The Rabbi writes, and this is interesting halacha, that the milk of a ben pekua is parav. But Rabbi from Australia, he brings a Meshech Chachma, but he misinterpreted it and he said that the whole ben pekua is parav. And he quotes Rav Chaim Kanievsky and Rav Sternbach that the ben pekua is parav. And that the meat. And they went crazy on him. Said no, you misunderstood it. It's the milk that's parav. But that's a chiddush. I didn't even know that the milk is parav. So you have parav milk.
Like a cheeseburger.
Yeah, very good. Ben pekua cheeseburger.
It's all about to get a notion.
Yeah, so that's to say, chaylev, geranasha, all that. Mutter. The only thing that's asur is the dam, the blood. That is because it's part of it. It's like dam ivarim, that's asur. But everything else in this animal would be mutter.
The truth is he didn't promote the meeting. He just he said the failure.
But you know what? I think what he accomplished. I think he accomplished that he brought to light the whole concept of ben pekua. A lot of people, because of him, there's an article in Mishpacha magazine. It's a thing. Ben pekua. I lost $100 on Shabbos. I asked my family. I said, if anybody can tell me what ben pekua is, I'll give him $50. Two of my boys knew what it was. They didn't know what Ever Menachai was, but they knew what ben pekua was. I'm not joking. So ben pekua came to the forefront. It's more popular than Ever Menachai. Okay. I was happy. My wife was like, what? It's good. It's shmak. They knew ben pekua. All right. It also has. It could be because I spoke about it the day before and they remembered. What? Yeah, exactly. It's not a joke. Because I said, does anybody know what? I said, this is for $1,000. Shchita oisa nipul. And one of my kids was close because he heard something from the daf. He's like, so it's the foot came out and like he. All right. So this is what we had before. In yichus of behema, right? Chassidim are very makbid on this topic. Yichus. So by behema, it has everything to do with the mother. What about the father? So if you say that we care about the father's genealogy, choshim l'zerav, ben pekua haba al behema ma'al, so we had this exact sugya. If you have the father is a ben pekua, the ben pekua doesn't require shchita, marries a regular cow, and they have offspring. So now we have a major problem because his simanim are as if they're not existent, and her simanim are perfect. The offspring simanim are half and half. So Chaim, he asked the question. He says, why can't you just do one siman out of the two? If one is there, there's an amazing Rashi here. I think we should jump into this Rashi. We have a little time. Ein lo takana, Rashi, ein lo takana, smack in the middle of the page. Sharehu kimi she'ein lo elo siman echad mitzad imoy. He gets one siman from his mother, and his father's siman is non-existent. Shasiman hasheni shachad v'oimedu. One siman is already shechted. Shein shchita no heges boy. Because, and you can't do shchita on it. Ubehema b'chat siman lo mitzkashra. Listen to what Rashi says here. This is Chaim's question. How come just continue shechting? One is gone, so just shech the other one and finished. Says Rashi. Because one simon was shechted 6 months ago. And now you're going to shech the second simon 6 months later. That's called shehiyah. Unbelievable chiddush. I had no idea about this, like when he asked this question a week and a half ago. The first one is shechted right away. Okay, Menoilad, he says, oh, I just noticed Rashi. Over here, Arba Simonim Machshir Rachmana. So that answers his question. If you hold Arba Simonim Machshir Rachmana, then you don't have this problem of the Simon chocolate. If you right? That's what it seems like Rashi. If you say Arba Simonim Islay, that gets rid of the whole. So your question, Yosef, is in this Rashi. Yes, he doesn't hold of there's no Simonim. The person that says this 4 Simonim doesn't hold of there's no Simonim. Okay.
He says each simon is half. He's shechting half.
That's, you know what? Rashi says that over there. Rashi, forget Toises. That's why I didn't say that I answered them. Because Rashi was saying both things then. You're right. Now, thanks for reminding me. Each one is a little bit, and Hillel was explaining every molecule. Remember Hillel? That's when you were saying every molecule has a little shchita, doesn't have a little shchita. But yeah, Rashi was saying that it's each simon is half and half. Fine. Zog the Gemara. So Mela Havlad Ein Lo Takana. Amar Abaya. Hakol Moedim Bekolud Ben Pekua Shemuter. Remember that sugi also. We had a kosher animal has split hooves. What if the animal doesn't have split hooves and it's a Ben Pekua? Then you're allowed to eat it. So says the Gemara that if it's a weird animal, it's so strange that it has split hoof, then everybody agrees that this Ben Pekua is mutter. My taima, what's the reason called Mr. the Tmiya? Anything weird, mitkar dechir lei inshay. Ikad Amri, let's just finish and we'll say what Rabbi Schoenberg pointed out last night. Ikad Amri Omer Abaya, Hakol Moedim Bekolud Ben Kluta. Everybody agrees that a second generation, not split hooves, shemutar, then this is mutar my taimo trait me mitkar dechirinchi. So the second version here is that you have to have 2 weird things. You have to have a second generation, not split hooves. Then everybody will realize that we're dealing with a ben pekua, and memela, it's okay. Anything that's weird, you remember. I went to this, me and my chavrusa, we went to this thing called Bar Sud. I recommend it if whoever has the time and the money. It was 2,000 shekel. They teach you a system how to remember Gemara. And the whole system is based on this. You have to make the Gemara into weird things in your mind, like a little movie, like an orangutan jumping on the bima and doing this. Like you connect everything and then you get to remember it. You visualize, but very strange things. And it's a whole system. Anyways, what?
The main point of this Gemara is not
It works for those who have the time to do it. It takes a lot of time because you have to do chazar and the crazy stuff. My chavrusa is like, and the orangutan this and the leopard went there and Mendy Auerbach, because Mendy was, every Masechta has a guy that's in charge of the Masechta. So our Masechta was Mendy Auerbach. So poor Mendy, he was dealing with orangutans and he was into this and he has no idea what he's doing. He's mamish meshugana. So anyways,
the main point of this
yeah.
here is not memory. The main point is that there's no Marisayin.
Marisayin.
You will notice
Yeah.
that it's mutter.
Right. So
It doesn't mean he remembers it. It means he'll notice it.
do you want to say over the Rav Sharir going?
Okay, note 23 in the Art Scroll.
It's brought in the Art Scroll. Bekitzer. Basically, Rav Sharir going, he made a wedding, and he had 2 ben pekuas, and he took an axe and chopped off their head in front of everybody. To show that, first of all, it was weird that he chopped off their head, but the weird thing was that it was at the wedding, and he said, look, you could eat a ben pekua. You didn't have to shecht it. But because he did it in a way that there was no marasayin, he was soymech on this abaya, on the first abaya.
Because it was a wedding.
It was a wedding, so he actually ate it. So to answer your question, yes, ben pekua is mutter bizman hazeh if you do it in the right way. And according to Reb Chaim Kanevsky, he only had 2 ben pekuas, and so it's different than a whole farm, etc., etc. Fine.
Part of the Chiddush of Shuri Gon is that he followed the first version of the Gemara.
Right.
That you only need 1 simon, you don't need 2.
But I don't understand that exactly, because it seemed like there was 2 simonim: the wedding and the axe. Who knocks off? Who chops off a head like that? But it wasn't a simon in the animal; it's a simon in general. Okay, fine, interesting.
Is Nikor changed by a Ben Pekua?
Yeah, there's no nikur. That's the whole point. There's no chaylev. There's no isur chaylev. There's no isur gidanasha.
No, this, I didn't get
The chopping with the head is not a simon.
It's not a simon. Why?
No, because in the Gemara we've also got a case of Ben Pekua without shchita, and you need 2 things. You need the hooves twice.
I don't know how they killed it, but I hear. I'm saying he comes in front of the whole wedding, in front of all his guests. He goes, kaboom! I mean, there's not. Everybody's gonna say, oh, that's a ben
The
pekua.
fact there's no shchita is not the simon. It's the thing we're trying to prove.
I hear. Okay. So what's the sim that was at a wedding? It was for a wedding.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a public wedding, so everybody knew that.
The Shuri Goin is not going to do something crazy. He's not going to feed us strafe. And maybe it's ben
In
pekua.
Australia, he made a public suda.
But here, the same
where he
thing.
invited everyone to have
Right.
Ben Pekua.
Rav Shuri Goin could have easily shechted it, but he wanted to show the halacha of ben pekua. Says the Gemara, Omar Ziri, Omar Reb Chanina, halacha Reb Shimon ben Shizuri. Ziri says the halacha is like Reb Shimon ben Shizuri, even a 5-year-old animal that's a ben pekua, you could go over to it and eat it, knock off its head. So here's the farm. This is the halacha. You take 2 ben pekuas, and they have offspring, generations upon generations later, they're all potter from shchita, because they are themselves potter from shchita, so their offspring is a potter from shchita, and their offspring's offspring is a potter from shchita. Atzev kol hadaris. That's Reb Shimon Shizuri, the most kol shita. Reb Yochanan Omar hu mutter ubnoi aser. No, ben pekua goes 1 generation. According to Reb Yochanan, the whole farm flies out the window. Adar bar chavu havale ben pekua. Says the Gemara, there was a story that Adar bar chavu had a ben pekua. The nafal dubale, not a bear. Rashi says it's a wolf grabbed it. Also the kamei the Ravashi amalei zil shachte. So Rashi says run and shecht it immediately. Even though it's a ben pekua, you're not going to be able to eat it if you don't shecht it. Amalei amaziri amar b'chanina alok kirib shimon zuri. Even if it's 5 years old, I could still eat it. Even if the wolf killed it, I could eat it. It's not a treifa. The halacha and the halacha is like Reb Shimon Shizuri l'chayra. V'afilu Reb Yochanan le'kamar ela benoi, and Reb Yochanan said on Reb Shimon ben Shizuri that it's only 1 generation and not 10 generations. But Reb Yochanan agrees that you could eat 1 generation ben pekua. So why are you telling me to go shecht it? Amalei Reb Yochanan divrei Reb Shimon Shizuri kamar. Reb Yochanan was only going to explain Reb Shimon Shizuri that Reb Shimon Shizuri meant only 1 generation. He never meant many generations. But he himself doesn't hold like Reb Shimon Shizuri. V'amar Rav bar Chanina Amar Ula Amar Reb Chanina halacha Reb Shimon Shizuri v'lo yoy del kol makom sheshana Reb Shimon Shizuri b'mishtasein halacha k'maisar. But we see that halacha is like Reb Shimon Shizuri. You could eat a ben pekua. Omalei anok yehosvirli. The Omar Rebbe Yonason. This Gemara is brought down like 3 times in Shas, and every time with a different name. One time it's Reb Nassan, one time it's the Omar Rebbe Yonason. Halacha Reb Shimon Shizuri b'misukan u'betrumas ma'aser shedemai. No, the halacha is not like Reb Shimon Shizuri everywhere in Shas. Only 2 times. That's it. But by ben pekua, the halacha is not like him. Misukon, what's the halacha by Misukon? The famous halacha. It's not b'rishono yoimrim. Initially, they said, if they take somebody in chains, he's going to be dead in a minute. Typically, you have to say kisvu utnu. This guy, he said kisvu. If a guy only says kisvu, what is he doing? He's playing games with his wife. He's trying to get her mad. But over here, he has a good reason to say kisvu without nu, because he doesn't know it's flying. He knows that in 2 minutes he's dead. He's thinking about his last meal, etc. He doesn't have time to say, give the get to my wife. After that they added to it, a person doesn't have children, he doesn't want his wife to fall to yibum, so he gives her a quick get. Fine. So Reb Shimon Shizuri says even a guy that's on his deathbed. Trumas Meiser Shedmai, what's that halacha? So again, what's Trumas Meiser? You give Truma is, let's say 1%, 10%. Well, no, Trumas Meiser. Right. Meiser is 10%. Trumas Meiser is 10% of that 10%. Meaning 1%. So if you have 100 peiros and you took one pre off, and it fell back into the pile. So what happened there? You had Dmai. Dmai means you bought fruit from Am Haaretz. You don't know if he took mice or not. So you took your own mice. You took one fruit off. It fell back into 100. It was 1 out of 100. The big problem is you messed up because it's bottle 1 in 100. And now what do you have? 1 in 99. You took one fruit from 100. So now it's 199. You messed up by 1. If it would have been one more apple, you'd been fine. But because it's 99 apples, it's not bottle. So what do? Now you're going to have a big loss. Because now the only people that could eat it are Kohanim. So you could only sell it at a very low market rate because there's very few Kohanim that are going to buy this fruit from you. So Reb Shimon Shizuri says, on Shabbos, if you're stuck without fruit, and you don't know if the Amoritz took Meiser, you could walk over to the guy, the Shtikal Amoritz, and she'll say, hey, did you take Meiser? You could trust him only on Shabbos, like Kavod Shabbos. Reb Shimon Shizuri says, Af B'choil, in this special situation where you're about to lose a lot of money, you're also allowed to eat him. The halach is like Reb Shimon Shizuri, only in these two cases,